Good evening, I'm Gaurav Sawant. It's quite a match at Mohali. The mother of all battles at Mohali has, for today, dissolved boundaries between India and Pakistan. It's a showdown that has brought together cricket fans, 1 billion plus people, and the top leadership of the two arch rivals. Having enjoyed the match earlier in the day, the two prime ministers have kicked off their dinner diplomacy. The Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, and the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Yusuf Raza Gilani, are having their meal in an air of unusual positivity. As per reports, a sumptuous, elaborate menu has been laid out. On the menu, tandoori salmon, shahi idli, sabz biryani, kesari phirni, and gosht barra. The Prime Minister, who's on a frugal diet on health grounds, opted for a frugal, oil-free diet though. The dinner hosted by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh began at 7:30 p.m. At the table, Sonia Gandhi sat with Gilani and Pakistan's Interior Minister Rahman Malik. The Pakistan's Defence Minister took a seat next to the Indian Prime Minister. Foreign Secretary Nirupma Rao is expected to address the press once this dinner meeting is over. This is Yusuf Raza Gilani's maiden visit to India after he took over as the Prime Minister in March 2008. Before leaving for India, Gilani told reporters in Rawalpindi he was happy at the resumption of dialogue between India and Pakistan.
डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह साहब हैं, अच्छे मंझे हुए सियासतदान हैं और बड़े पॉजिटिव उनका अंदाज है और वो चाहते हैं कि पीस प्रॉस्पेरिटी इस रीजन के लिए वो कोई काम कर सकें. वी आर पासिंग थ्रू सम डिफिकल्ट टाइम्स और हम अपने जो वॉर ऑन टेररिज्म है उसको हम फाइट कर रहे हैं और पूरी जो मुल्क है, पूरी जो हमारी लीडरशिप है या जितनी आवाम है वो सब मुत्तफिक हैं कि पाकिस्तान के कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट किए जाएं. तो सर्टेनली इफ विल क्रिएट बेटर एनवायरनमेंट, सर्टेनली विल रिक्वेस्ट हिम.
And joining me now is Foreign Affairs Editor Saurabh Shukla and Associate Editor Kartikeya Sharma. They're both joining me from Chandigarh and Mohali. Kartikeya, coming to you first. This is the Prime Minister's initiative. What is it that he expects of this meeting? What can the nation expect?
You see, what we have learned is that the dinner is over right now, and the substantive element of the discussion took place right after the match began, when Gilani and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh went and met the players. They were alone for 1.5 hours. But during the dinner diplomacy, it was more about creating the right atmosphere. There was an element of sher-o-shairi which took place. It's not only that the Prime Minister goes on reciting a sher in the parliament when he has to deal with leader of opposition. I think he used his Urdu skills in the dinner diplomacy also. So I think what Prime Minister is trying to do is that he is trying to create a right atmosphere, a momentum, and also trying to avoid a Sharmul Sheikh in the sense that there is no policy initiative. What he is trying to do is to create a right venue so that a proper talk can take place.
Okay, he's trying to create the right environment for talks. But Saurabh, what is the Prime Minister doing to ensure that he's not Sharmul Sheikhed again, so that detractors can't come back and say, you know, why did you have to let that Balochistan line come in? What were your policymakers doing at that point of time?
Well, Gaurav, it's very clear. You know, that's the reason why the Indian establishment made it very clear that this is just an informal round of talks. This is not any, formal dialogue, so to say. But yes, when the two prime ministers talk, in any case, whether it's informal or informal, it's a summit-level meeting. But interestingly, even as they were having dinner, one of the senior officials told me that, Pakistan's Prime Minister told Prime Minister Manmohan Singh that, while we're talking, let's focus on the match. Obviously, he was worried about Pakistan losing quick wickets. So certainly that has become their focus as we talk now. But yes, certainly, bilateral issues on the table, terrorism, we are told frank discussion on that. India has articulated its concerns, but obviously, as I maintained earlier, this meeting is all about keeping this process alive, bringing in fresh momentum into the process. It's not about nuts and bolts.
Okay.
It's not about specifics, so to say. It's about giving a clear direction to this peace process that it is on track and it should go on.